Now we're going to start working on Lola from her bottom and all the way up to her back. Then, we'll attach safety eyes, stuffing, and then we're going to work on her comb and mouth. And lastly, the wings. Okay, let's talk about tools and materials. So on screen at the moment are the colors you are going to need: a main color white for her body, some red for the comb, and some yellow for the mouth. You're also going to need an 8mm hook, needle and stitch markers, scissors, safety eyes, and some stuffing. We're going to start by making the magic ring. I'll be using white yarn to show you how to crochet in most of the videos, but go ahead and switch it up with other colors in your kit to match the project. Let's pull the yarn end out from the middle. It might seem like a bit of a mess right now, but no worries, we'll find it. Alright, now let's make a slip knot with crochet hook. Hold your non-dominant hand with the palm facing you, place the yarn tail in your palm, and wrap the yarn around your pointer and middle fingers. Pinch it here with your thumb and pointer finger. Now, grab your crochet hook, point it downward, insert it through the loop, and hook the yarn to pull it out. Release your thumb and pointer finger, and there you have it, a slip knot. Keep it loose, no need to fasten off. Now, grab the crochet hook and slip knot, and let's start wrapping the yarn. You can follow along or do it your own way. First wrap the yarn around your pinky, then go underneath, go over top of your pointer finger. And then you're going to pinch the slip knot with your thumb and middle finger here. Now, let's take a look at the loop on the crochet hook. We'll always keep it just a little bigger than the hook. Just like this. This ensures that our stitches won't be too big, and it also ensures a smooth pull-through of the yarn from this loop. If the loop is too loose at the moment, use your pointer finger to pull the yarn back to adjust it. If this doesn't quite do the job, grab the yarn here and pull it, making it a bit tighter around your hand. On the flip side, if the loop is too tight, just pull your crochet hook to loosen it. Alright, now raise your pointer finger slightly, pull the yarn taut, point the crochet hook downward. Now rotate it around. And then over the yarn. This is called yarn over. Now we're going to pull it through this loop. When the hook's tip is close to the loop, gently raise the crochet hook, ensuring a slight angle between the hook tip and the loop, just like this, then pulling the yarn through this loop. Then, rotate your hook back to its original position. Now, we're going to pull it tight. Next, let's get into making our first single crochet. Now, point the crochet hook downward. Then insert it in this loop here. Now rotate it around, and then over the yarn, we're going to pull it through this loop. Now, rotate your hook back to its original position. Okay, we've got 2 loops on the crochet hook. We're going to yarn over one more time, then pulling the yarn through these 2 loops. Alright, point the crochet hook downward, rotate it around and over the yarn. Now lift the crochet hook, ensuring a slight angle between the hook tip and the loop, then pull the yarn through these 2 loops. Congrats, you've completed your first single crochet. Let's take a look at what it looks like. This V-shaped loop is your first single crochet stitch. Let's go ahead and attach a stitch marker to it. Remember, always place a marker on the first stitch of each round, so you can keep track of which round you're currently working on. Besides, if it's tricky to control the yarn tension by pinching here, you can also pinch it together with your ring finger. Let's work on the second single crochet. I'll still go at a slow pace to make sure you can follow along, but if you've got the hang of the single crochet, feel free to continue working on the remaining stitches at your own pace. Before we start, remember to adjust this loop on the crochet hook to be just a tad larger than the hook itself. Okay, point the crochet hook downward, insert it into the loop, rotate it around and over the yarn, pull the yarn through. Alright, 2 loops on the hook now. One more time, point the crochet hook downward, rotate it around and over the yarn, pull it back, adjust the angle, pull the yarn through these 2 loops. There you go, we've just finished the second single crochet stitch. Now, let's move on to the third single crochet. Insert the crochet hook through this loop, rotate and grab the yarn, and pull it through. Yarn over again, pull the yarn through the 2 loops. Now, let's go ahead and crochet the remaining 3 single crochet. 4, 5, 6. Now, let's do a quick count to make sure we've got the right number of stitches in this round. Each V shape is a stitch. If those V are a bit fuzzy, just count the little slightly dipped horizontal lines. Each one stands for a stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Remember, once you wrap up each round, take a moment to count the total stitches of that round to make sure your crochet game is spot on. Okay, time for some crochet magic. Let's check why we call it a magic ring. Hold your crochet hook, pinch your project here with your thumb and pointer finger. Now, pull the yarn tail with your other hand, and just like this, the circle magically tightens up. So far, the magic ring is all set, so the first round is done. If you're having trouble pulling the yarn tail to tighten the magic ring in the final step, or if you accidentally messed up a stitch along the way, all you need to do is just rip it out, then insert your hook back into the last correct loop to restart. This is actually called frogging in crocheting because rip it sounds like ribbit, just like the sound a frog makes.